It's the 5th of December now, and an absolutely horrendous day here in Neath, South Wales. The rain is pouring down and it's not going to get any better today, and I think we're definitely in for a storm tonight. And hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit of a better day, and I'll be able to take you around the garden and show you some more little things that I need to be getting on with. But for the moment, let's take you back to a few weeks ago and show you some of the damage that we had in the garden after Storm Claudia on November the 14th. So a few weeks ago we discovered that we had a hole in the fence. So Tony tried his best to fix it, but on closer inspection it was plain obvious that it had gone past saving. So this area is a bit of a junkyard, so we need to buy another piece of screening just to go up this area here. And there's a better view of it there, just on the left hand side. But this willow screening is so expensive. But we'll see what we can come up with at the garden centre. And it turned out that November is definitely not the best time to go looking for fencing in garden centres. But saying that, my trusty Zoa's Garden Centre here in Neath did have one left. So I was able to pick that up, and I set about just to replace the piece of panelling. So the new fence now is attached at the bottom of the garden. It's not perfect, so I got 3 different types of fencing now, but anything's better than a big gaping hole in the fence. I've also been out this morning feeding the birds, and that's another thing that you can do in December, especially on the colder mornings, as they do struggle to find their food. And we also have got a little red robin that comes to visit. It's wonderful to see them on the bird table. It's Saturday now, and it's been raining for most of the day again. Tony and myself have been out doing a little bit of shopping today, and we got absolutely soaked. But I managed to come home and get a few little things done. I wanted to sort out the greenhouse, and I've done that. So I'm going to go in now, have a cup of coffee and wait for the rain to stop. And then I'll come out and take you around and show you what I've been doing. So I've had my cup of coffee now, and it's finally stopped raining. So let's have a look and see what I've been doing. Well, there's not much planting going on. So what I've been doing is just making sure that all the trellises are in order. And this is where I've got my star jasmine. And just making sure that all of the plants are tied in properly. And just over the other side, I've got another trellis there, and that one there has got the Clematis amandii on it. So just making sure that everything's in order. And just moving around, I can show you there now, after all this wet weather, that the Tetrapanax is not looking too happy at all. the leaves now are starting to go over, and it's a very windy day today. But I'll be left now with just the stems. The stems this year have grown quite large, and I think the stems alone on these now have got to be 4 foot tall. And this plant now is in its 3rd year. So hopefully next year it'll grow even larger. And moving now the other side of the garden, you can see that that new fencing is still up. It's still staying up anyway for the time being. And if you remember, in this area here, I had planted a yucca jewel. Well, I decided to take that out from there, as it wasn't doing too well underneath the large conifers. And what I've done, if we just nip towards the greenhouse and have a look inside, I've had a little bit of a jig about inside the greenhouse. And I run out of compost, so I've got to go and buy another bag. But what I've done is bring in the yucca, and that's a yucca jewel. It just about fits into the greenhouse, and you can see there that it does need a little bit more compost. And in here now, everything's doing fine. And I've moved the oleander into this side. So it's surprising in this small greenhouse, 6 by 6, what you can fit inside. So everything now that needs to be in here is all in. My dahlias are in the back corner there. I still haven't brought in my Enseti. I don't think it's that cold today. It's actually 11 degrees in here at the moment, so it's not too bad. It's a damp and wet day, but it's certainly not cold. Now I've also just taken out the fleece out of the Dicksonia Antartica Tree Fern, and this is just to give the plant a little bit of fresh air. And you can see now, looking in the centre there, if I just move that out the way, there's plenty of new growth in there, just getting ready to burst out. So I'll tuck that back away now before it gets dark tonight, just to protect the crown. So the other tree fern, that was the newest addition. I've just removed that fleece ball from the top of there as well. And that black there, that's from an old one. But I was quite pleased that there's actually a little bit of growth in there, and I can just feel them coming through. It's not as good as the other one, but give it time and hopefully that'll come back. I hope it will, because it's a lovely trunk on this tree. So fingers crossed. And I noticed when I come out of my back door just how beautiful this fern is here. It's probably one of the nicest looking ferns in the garden. December, and it's still looking lovely and fresh. The heart's tongues ferns that I've got in the border near the house, these aren't looking so good. They're a little bit brown. But also, Just look at the ones by the wildlife pond. Loving this rainy weather. And still looking absolutely superb there. I do love a fern in the garden. But considering how much rain we've had lately here in South Wales, the garden is looking pretty good at the moment. So I'm going to go inside now. It's getting quite cold and quite dark here. So it's 4:15 now, and I think that's it for today. So please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Let us know what part of the world you're from, as Tony and myself love to know who's watching these videos and where you are. And also let me know what you're doing in your garden in the middle of December. Are you just leaving it well alone and let nature take its course? Or are you out there pottering away the same as myself and Tony? And so, see you soon. Bye for now.